Record. We are going on the record with local leaders as Arkansans look to recover from last weekend's deadly tornado outbreak. We just talked to Rogers Mayor Greg Hines, who told us that FEMA centers will open tomorrow. And joining us now on 4029 News on the Record is Congressman Steve Womack. Congressman, thank you so much for joining us. I know you've been in town all week looking at the damage touring the area. One question we do have for you is what's the latest when it comes to federal assistance? What does a declaration mean? Can you explain all of that?
Well, as the mayor just pointed out, getting the emergency declaration out of the president, which we fully expected, I mean, it was just more pro forma than anything, sets in motion a lot of things that allows the federal government then to come and extend its support to the people who have been so terribly affected. Primarily individual assistance. SBA will be embedded with FEMA, so there will be small business disaster loans available. But anything that is going to be purposed in helping people uncover from this disaster, particularly for those that are either uninsured or underinsured, FEMA does have the opportunity to be able to provide some resources and some help for those kind of people. So, but getting the disaster declaration was the trigger point. You had to have that before you could unleash the federal government to be able to do what it does.
Now, you've been in town all week.
Yeah.
You toured the devastation immediately after the tornado struck. What was your initial reaction and what were the emotions going through? Because you were once the mayor of Rogers. You've lived in this community. So what was your reaction originally? Well,
I spent 12 years of my adult life as the mayor here, so it's pretty personal to me. I live here. And while my particular home was unaffected, I had a duplex that was impacted somewhat, but it becomes personal to you. I mean, you see disasters all around the country. And as a former mayor, I just, kind of put my mayor's hat back on and think, man, if I were in charge of that particular city, what a hardship that would be, what a terrible challenge it would be. But this one's pretty personal because I live here. I was scheduled to be out of town all week, but those kinds of things just go by the wayside. You have to be where you have to be. In my focus, my personal focus, has been on making sure that the federal agencies that are under my umbrella are responsive to the needs of the people. So getting Deanne Criswell here from FEMA was very important. I've talked to Isabella Guzman from SBA, and there's a chance that she may be able to make a stop in Northwest Arkansas. I think she's scheduled to be in Oklahoma next week. But SBA is going to be a major player in this recovery effort because we have so many businesses that have been impacted. But making sure that our federal agencies are responsive. I'm an appropriator, part of our job is oversight. And as I said in the news conference the other day, never did I imagine I would be conducting oversight of FEMA or SBA or any other federal agency right here in my own hometown. So it is pretty personal, and I want to make sure that our people are taken care of.
Have they been doing a good job? Have they been responsive?
They really have. But let's also not forget the fact that while we're talking primarily about Rogers, I mean, Decatur got hit very hard with an EF3. There was damage out at Centerton, damage in northwest Bentonville and throughout downtown Bentonville. It's not just Rogers, but the focal point where the major impact was along Walnut Street, and then Olive to the north and Oak to the south, and even beyond there. The primary damage has been focused on Rogers, but we have a lot of other Northwest Arkansans that are hurting right now, and it's important that we get these resources to them so that they can recover quickly.
We know yesterday, Congressman, that the city of Decatur opened their public library, so folks who are not without power and who still do not have internet are able to go to file for federal aid. What kind of suggestions do you have for those who are thinking about federal aid applying?
Well, first of all, if they have a smartphone, I kind of like that FEMA app.
Okay.
If you can download that FEMA app, you can do most everything you need to do if you've got connectivity on that FEMA app. Now, there will be other opportunities to engage FEMA one-on-one through their website, but the FEMA app is the very best one. And because of the way they do the sequencing, you can do everything at the same time. And so there will be disaster loans available for businesses and homeowners.
Sure.
There will be grants available from FEMA for those people that either underinsured, not insured, and have significant losses up to a certain amount. And of course, you have to qualify. But if you go to that FEMA app, I think it will answer most of your questions. And then, should you run into any difficulty, my office is going to be open, of course, all week, and we'll be happy to talk to people there as well.
All right, Congressman Womack, thank you so much. I know you're headed for a busy afternoon, volunteering your efforts too with, I think it was your grandson.
Yeah, my grandson's going to be with me and his buddy, and we're going to go out to the New Hope Assembly of God. We're going to meet the governor out there. I think even Coach Cal may show up. So talked to him last night. Look, this has captured the imagination and the attention of a lot of people. People want to help.
Okay, thank you so much, Congressman. We appreciate you joining us here for a special program.